Now recording the March 10th, 2017 Small Business Accounting Advisors. Hello, everyone.
Hello. From sunny Southern California.
And if you notice my frame, it has snow.
Yeah. I was reading Misha's post, and it sounded like they got a blizzard back in Boston.
Misha said she was like, couldn't see a foot ahead of her face, but finally made it to the office.
It's been a very mild winter around here. We have not gotten hardly anything. It's all gone north to Misha and Joanne. This weekend, the time changes, so now it's starting to snow again. And we had our little blizzard this morning where there were a couple, I'm going to say 15, 20-minute squalls where it was like a blizzard. You couldn't see more than a foot in front of you and you know, all of that. And we did get somewhere between 6 and 8 inches of snow. However, most of it melted because the sun came out this afternoon. So we're, you know, part of the yard has snow, but there's parts that are actually bare now.
There's been a lot of snow back in Seattle. There's been a lot of snow this winter, a lot more than normal. I have a client who actually does snow removal and icing, and he loves it. He's making this record year for him.
I bet.
Well, Seattle's not a good place to decide to make that your business.
Yeah. Well, there's so many hills in Seattle. Plus, I'd say about 98% of the people don't know how to drive, and the 2% that do ride the bus because they don't want to be involved with the other 98%. It's like taking your car ice skating.
Well, it's like that for anyone, even experienced drivers. That's why it's nice to be virtual, and I can say I am no longer driving in the snow. If it's snowy, we do a virtual session or we're rescheduled.
Yeah. Every now and then I go to downtown Seattle. It's always kind of a shock to my system to get in rush hour traffic, you know.
I don't go ever. Everyone thinks I'm afraid to drive in Seattle. And I said, no, I'm not afraid to drive in Seattle. I just don't want to because traffic is so terrible all the time and I will shoot somebody or myself.
Well, I usually try, if I do be after 10 and before 2.
Yeah.
So, Christy, you said you got sunshine today, the first time in...
I think they said 30 days. Wasn't that right, Dennis? There was like the last 34 days, 30 of them have been without sun.
It was pouring rain yesterday, and it was blowing really hard this morning, you know. So,
I'm not sure exactly where you're at, Dennis, but where I'm at down south of Seattle, we got, probably a good 45 minutes of sun today.
I'm in Linwood. I'm in the convergence zone.
Okay.
We get all this weird weather up in my area.
Yeah.
It's actually known as the convergence zone because of the winds and the mountains, and
it's where everything kind of comes together for chaos.
Yeah, kind of head-on collision.
Hey, Sarah. So, what's the weather like where you're at?
Oh my gosh, I hate to tell you this, Christy and Dennis. I'm in a tea shop. It's kind of loud, but
oh yeah.
I'm sorry. It's so nice right now. And I'm in a tank.
I know. Are you in Portland?
I'm downtown. I had so many meetings back to back today, so I just I live like 10 minutes from the downtown area. Anyways, I just pushed myself down here and hung out. So
I'm so jealous.
You get those weird ice storms, don't you, during the wintertime?
God, we've had so terrible. Like my husband says, he goes, every year he'll say he wants to move. He wants to move this year. I'm like, we're not moving anywhere. Anyways, so sorry, it's kind of loud in here. I keep doing this so I can hear you guys.
Oh, that's okay. Glad to have you. That's what happy hour is all about. You know, got all those meetings all day. Yeah.
Here's my happy hour.
I have my coffee.
All right.
Water.
Dennis, where's your drink?
I have my
I think it should be a must.
I have my Perrier.
Yeah,
There you go. Dennis is helping.
Cheers, cheers.
Yeah.
Mine's just plain old iced tea.
Nice.
Green tea,
How
though.
was the session this morning that I missed? Zoom session.
It Seth exhausts me.
It exhausted
What?
you?
Pardon?
Seth exhausts you?
Yeah, I mean, he's
Yes,
he's so. I mean, he's got so many things going on with him in his brain that it's just amazing.
our session was about MailChimp and ShareFile and the syncing of those.
Okay, was that this morning with Seth?
Yes. Yes.
I'll have to watch that one because
Actually, I kind of enjoy those more than his training sessions.
Joanna,
Oh yeah. He said open session, but you know what? No one got to talk except for Seth.
well, it happens that way. Some events are like that.
That's okay. I mean,
It's not ours. We're different.
I just asked a couple innocent questions and away we
turned
went.
into an hour-long show, huh?
Yeah.
Joanne, I love your hair. Looks awesome.
Oh, I didn't do anything with it today. This
So
is
how much weight have you lost, Joanne? So how much weight have you lost?
Where's
um,
your drink?
Joanne, the before and the during or whatever. Wow.
yeah, about 30 pounds.
Wow.
Are you
Great.
on a special diet?
Congratulations.
Yeah, kind of. It's like I'm working with a nutritionist, just a different food plan.
I lost about 40 pounds last year simply by cutting out sugar, or reducing sugar and carbs and junk food, especially processed food, and
Oh yeah,
exercising.
there's like no processed food on this diet.
Yeah, I've given up pretty much processed foods. And
But I saw your post. You did sweet potatoes as use a slice of sweet potato instead of toast. That is an interesting idea.
I haven't tried that yet, but I shared that so I could save it. But I have made sweet potato waffles and pancakes before, and those are amazing.
Yes.
I like sweet potatoes.
I love. Linda, I could eat them all day, every day. I love sweet potatoes, but I'm only limited to like one a day. It's like all I can have.
Okay.
Aw. So slicing them thin and using them as toast is an option.
Yeah, there's lots of options.
yeah, I just limit myself to like one cookie a day or one piece of cake a day. I mean, I don't totally give up my sweets, but it's just like at
I've
dinnertime,
totally given up all sweets.
I don't want to go that crazy.
I'm hardcore.
I don't want to go that far. But,
Are you doing caffeine?
I can, but I don't.
Okay.
I can have one cup of coffee today. I just don't. I don't need it anymore.
Oh.
I have green tea or like this. This is like juice.
Well, one nice thing now, I can actually lean over, and pick stuff up off the floor, rather than
Yeah, exactly.
bend over. Can tie my shoes without running in my stomach. It's like,
So were you part of the blizzard too, Joanne?
No, we got a lot of wind.
Okay.
A lot of wind, and it's cold, but we didn't get like any snow or anything. Maybe this weekend. I don't know.
It all dumped in Pennsylvania before it got
Did
up
it?
to New York.
Good.
There you go.
That's what I want to hear.
So I wanted to tell you about my Marco Polo experience, Miss Joanne.
Oh yeah.
So sometimes I will just let the recording render and go do whatever, and then finish everything in the morning, early on Saturday. So I was doing that, and I saw the Marco Polo link, and I thought, oh, this looks fun. Let me download it.
Yeah. Can we
It
send
went-
it to all your friends?
Well, it went through my entire contact list, and it checked off everyone that I've talked to within the past 6 months, which by itself was an eye-opener to begin with.
Yeah, exactly.
So fortunately, I unchecked my business contacts,
Yeah.
and I left my friends on, and they all got this notice. Check
It says,
this
hey,
out.
check out something.
Now I want to show you something. Like 8 o'clock in the morning, So
Just
my
five, but it was okay. And I looked at it and I said, oh, somebody's somebody's accidentally sent out a malware thing and they want me to click on it so they can
No.
destroy my phone, and I just ignored it.
All my family was awake. I had to send them an apology and just say, look, I'm really sorry. I didn't know these invites were going to go out like this, and sorry if you wanted to sleep in this morning.
Yeah, really.
See, when I did it, the same thing happened, except for I didn't, I saw when it said, who do you want to connect with? And I said, I don't want to connect with anybody except for people that I know for sure that want to be on Marco Polo. So I only connected with the couple of people, and then I did send it out to my couple of friends who did message me and say, what's this weird? And I'm like, no, it's a real app. They're not the sharpest tools in the shed when it comes to marketing and getting people to.
It sounded like a spam, like something.
Not.
Yeah.
But it's
What is it? What is
it's
it?
such a cool app, though. We've been using it. Me, Misha, and Emily have been using it like all week, talking to each other and stuff like that on it. And it's like all the different filters. And then we set up a group for like our girls' camping weekend, and so like we're all talking about our plans and going back and forth. But it's great for like team building and like collaboration.
I was going to say it's great for groups.
Yeah.
I am having a wonderful time with it with my 16-year-old granddaughter,
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
who I also do FaceTime with, but she is liking the Marco Polo better.
Yeah.
Good. Hey, well, you gave her something she can use with her friends.
Yep.
Absolutely, absolutely. And my daughter too. I am getting so many Marco Polos now. It's crazy. And I'm enjoying it. So
Well, you know what the funny thing is I got Janine, who is like my best friend and my assistant. I got her on it so that, I can give her a quick message at work, because I do a lot of work at home now, and she goes into the office. Her and Jesse go to the office. So she thinks it's so funny that it's called Marco Polo, that when she's done talking to me, she'll say, Marco, like, so that I have to answer Polo. So she does it so often that she'll say Marco, and then she'll just start laughing her head off because she thinks it's so funny. She's probably the only person that's ever done that in this app, right? So
Oh
funny.
yeah, right. But it is fun. I am enjoying it, and I wouldn't use it with anyone that I didn't know real well. I don't think.
Right.
And certainly not with clients.
No, not with clients.
Well, now that's not a good substitute for Slack. It's just this.
No.
No.
It depends on what you use Slack for. So for me, it would be, well, I'll give a perfect example is Emily. Emily she's working on a fitness competition, and she has a team of people that are doing everything with her, that are doing it at the same time as her. So they're accountability partners. So that type of team building, or if you are working, like doing a mentor program or something like that, and everybody was like, hey, we're checking in, who's doing this today, who's done their billing this week, it could be done with accountants, you know what I mean? You could just put that.
That are friends and not necessarily
Like motivating and
clients.
encouraging.
Yeah, and I do have to say, I do have 2 clients on Marco Polo.
Got it.
And those, it was at their request, but they're like friends and clients.
Okay.
And because of the length of stuff that we have to talk about, it's actually easier than doing it in an email. So that kind of
Or texting.
Yeah, so it kind of brings up the topic of this is a way to communicate with somebody outside of texting, where you can actually emit emotion and they can actually see it, and you can actually, because sometimes you can explain something better with a verbal than you can typing. At least I know I'm that for sure.
Well, after one sentence in texting, I'm done. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's hard to put two thoughts together.
Mhm.
One finger texting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you try
Old lady
to dictate it, and he'll never understand what I'm talking about.
We're talking about Marco Polo, Sarah.
Yeah, I figured. Oh, another big property tax return.
Oh, good. So everybody is deep in tax season. First
you ever see-
deadline happens the end of this month, right?
What? The
Pardon?
what? Property,
Deadline this month?
property
end of this
tax and
month?
S corps. Yeah.
S Corp is the 15th.
Mhm.
In a couple of
Yeah,
days.
if you
and
don't
then
have those ready for the CPAs by now, they're on extension.
most of mine are. Most of my S Corps are on extension now. You ever watch that Lucy show with the candy assembly line?
Yes.
Oh,
That's
God.
kind of how I feel the last couple of weeks. Just stuff in my mouth.
I'm gonna get mine. I have a few more that I'm doing over the weekend, and then anything that I don't have wrapped up over the weekend, I'll put on extension. But I got most of mine done, and there's one that's going to another CPA, and it's literally one of those things where he's like, "You can send it to me on the 15th," because it literally takes him 20 minutes to put it on the tax
I
return.
know. And if you give them the trial balance so they can import it, they're even happier.
Right.
Yeah, the guys that I work with around here, they don't do that.
No, they just type them in.
They type them in. It takes them less time to type in the numbers than it is to actually do an import.
Well, I wanted to talk about something this week. A client I set up on QBO, and before the trial was over, they had me switch to desktop.
What was their big complaint?
Good.
She actually loved it. She wasn't the one that was complaining. So it's a young couple, and they are starting a beer garden, which is really awesome and really cool and all that kind of stuff. And the husband is the chef and the manager of the place. And of course,
Bar, restaurant.
right, yes, yes. And he's also doing like farm to table kind of food, real specialty kind of stuff. And the wife gets to do the bookkeeping. Isn't that always the case? You know,
Yeah.
let's just throw it in the
Hard to
wife's
tell a
lap.
client to fire their wife when you need to.
Gotta be careful about that. Sometimes you lose your marriage.
Yeah.
Well, she said, I have no experience in bookkeeping whatsoever. My husband says I have to do this, so I'm going to try really hard. So I said, okay, let's do QBO, and let's have the bank feeds download automatically. And that was really the reason why.
Yeah, that's the only reason I like it.
They have a POS system, and the POS system said that they synced with QuickBooks.
They all say that.
But that's a slow way to do it too. A lot of times because
Well,
it's a transaction.
when I set her up, when I went there, I actually had the advantage of talking to her like a couple weeks before the business opened, and told her we were going to set up QuickBooks and we'll be ready when you're ready to sync with this POS. Find out from the POS, what accounts we need to set up, and we'll be all ready to go. So all of that happened. And then the day after they opened, she calls me and says, the POS system doesn't sync with QuickBooks Online,
Only with desktop.
only with desktop.
Oh, I can't believe she didn't check that first.
I can't believe they didn't tell her. And I kind of feel like I should have asked too, because I know better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was thinking more of what her tasks were, what she needed to do. And I said, don't really worry about it, because we can.
Can't you, well, you're probably going that way anyway, have her enter the sales from reports or something?
From the receipt from the POS system, and that's where I was going. I
Yeah.
said, I'll make it super easy for you. I'll set up an Excel sheet. All you have to do is plug in the numbers,
Yeah.
have your entry, and
Throw the money in a suspense account at the end of the month and
well, even the actual POS system was set up with a clearing account. So I was like, oh, cool, that works, So we had everything set up. We could have done it.
yeah.
So the POS people told her, well, I don't know why you're going with QuickBooks Online. QuickBooks Desktop is easier to use. So I said to her, pardon?
Said to the
Got the two
said
consultants.
said the company's gonna be out of business in 5 years, right?
Well, I said to her, this is the new technology. This is the newer version of QuickBooks, and everybody's going to go there, and eventually they will have to start syncing to the QBO too, and we'll be ready when they are. So then a couple of days later, she goes to see her accountant, and the accountant lost his mind when he found out she was using QBO. Oh, why are you using that? QBO is not where it needs to be. Blah, blah, blah. So now I have two professionals saying opposite things that I'm saying.
Well, but that's the thing, is that it all depends on what that professional is pushing their clients on.
That's right.
Or you know what I mean? Or recommending them to use.
That's right.
There was, and I can't remember where I read it or where I heard it from, but they said that there was a report, I think it was the fourth quarter earnings report from Intuit, and the increase in sales was desktop.
Chris, Qbox, it was our meeting.
Desktop is increased in sales in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So,
Hi, Dwayne.
Hey, Dwayne. So I said to her, listen, you know what? I have all the versions of QuickBooks anyway, so I downloaded the desktop to my laptop, which I have not done for several years. I have not been putting desktop on my laptop, but I wanted to take it and have a sample company open to show her. And I took it in and I showed her and opened it up, and we got to home screen, and she was just like, I'm so overwhelmed. I have no idea what to do.
Yeah.
So she did not want to make the move either. But then her husband came out and sat down. And I said to her, you know what? If you want, I will go and sit down and talk to you and your accountant. And, we'll make whatever choice you want to make.
See, find out what the big problem is. Maybe he's had a bad
Right. I wasn't going to get into
inventory
a
or
war,
something. Yeah.
war of words with, other professionals. But her husband said, well, the whole reason we got QuickBooks was because this POS system said they synced with it. And I don't want her having to put all those entries in all the time.
All right. More work. I hope they pay you for what you've done today.
I did not say that. I said, I support both. I still do support the desktop.
But I hope you don't lose out for all the work you've already done.
Oh, no, because you can download, and I've already done that. And actually, I did that on my time. Downloaded the QBO file to the desktop.
Right.
And then my next appointment, I'll be installing the desktop and then including the data file. So all the work that we've done to this point is still there. The company is still set up. She still has the chart of accounts. The entries that she's put in up to this point are all still there. So she's not going to lose anything. She had like 3 days left of her trial. So she had not paid QBO. Yeah. So
what payroll she gonna use?
Paychecks.
Yeah, that's what Seth mentioned this morning. He uses.
Well, that was actually how I got this client. The Paychecks rep recommended me.
Really?
And I was like, yes, she's on payroll. Yay!
One less thing to worry about.
Doing that themselves.
Yeah, Paychecks is very big in my area. I have probably 90% of my clients are on Paychecks, but that's because their home base is in Rochester. So it's kind of
got a lot of them out here. It's big in Southern California.
Yeah, they've really, I mean, it's, as far as from here, the choices that you have here outside of, doing it yourself, like inside of, any online payroll stuff you have like Paychecks, ADP, or you have a PEO, working a PEO leasing option for payroll. And the thing is with dealing with the, and then there's a few small accounting firms that also offer payroll services, but there's been one guy that actually got arrested because he was actually taking the people's tax money.
That's what small payroll companies, that's why they scare me. We have a few of them around here too. And I always stick with the big guys. Go with either Paychex or ADP. I don't care which one. Just pick one and don't do it yourself.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
I don't
main
think the IRS would care that the payroll company took the money.
Yeah, I don't care.
thing. No, they
I'm
don't.
gonna have to give them the money. Or not
The person
dumb.
that wrote those payroll checks is
Tricked.
responsible, whether it's the bookkeeper or the owner. And the IRS will go to to everyone and try and get payment from anyone that's able.
Yep.
Yeah, he was using the money in like the float period. Before it needed to get sent to the government, he was using it, and then he would try to get it back into the account before the taxes were due, and a couple of times he missed, and it went late. So the only way people found out was because they started getting notices.
Of course they did.
Late payment notices. And then there was like follow-up late payment notices, and then he was like, then he got in trouble, and then it was like, forget about it.
Snowballed. Mm-hmm.
So Gina, what can you say what brand of POS system it was?
Aloha.
Aloha.
Is that a standard restaurant one, I wonder? You know who would know is Yvette.
No,
I'm sure she would, but this guy has been in the restaurant business. He supposedly opened 6 restaurants. Now he was doing it for himself. So my thinking was he knows
Comfortable with it already,
he
probably.
knows what
He
he's
knows it
getting.
works well for him.
It's been around for a long time. It is a standard. That one, I like Dinerware better. It's a better POS system, but yeah. Aloha has been around.
Okay. Well, they haven't updated the QBO yet. And I even tried to use if they're syncing stuff into it, doesn't even support their sync manager anymore. If something goes wrong,
No, they have to write their own interface or use Web Connect.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nisha's here.
Hey,
Is there a way
Where?
to turn off the QuickBooks sync? Because when all my QuickBooks, when I open them, that stupid program's running in the background.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Yeah, I just usually close. If I notice it, I close it.
Yeah, me too.
What is that?
I
Web
still
Connect?
have to use it for what do I have to use it for? I don't have to use it for Expensify anymore. Oh, I know why I was thinking about it, because I've been analyzing all those
Yeah.
AP automation programs, and
Right.
one of the programs that I looked at still uses it.
Got it.
wow.
Okay.
So, yeah, what do you do when other professionals make a recommendation that is completely opposite of what you've recommended?
That happened to me last night. Yes, I was floored. So in the Seattle area, there's a little tribe called the Quick Source, and
Yeah.
that meet face to face.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to name any names because Dennis probably knows some of these people,
Oh,
but
yeah.
and you may know them as well. But anyway, I specialize in nonprofits, and I'm by no means the end all be all on how to do nonprofit accounting at all. But I could safely say that with the group I was with, I was probably the expert. There was a new gal that had showed up. She's working for a nonprofit. She's never done nonprofit accounting before. And she's just barely graduated from a local community college, having her bookkeeping certificate.
Well, bless
So
her.
not only is she being thrown into her first bookkeeping job, but it's nonprofit bookkeeping, and the books aren't set up properly at all. And
What else is
of course, the
new?
last few weeks, I've kind of been chatting with her on and off about how it's different, what needs to change, and all that stuff. And there were a few people that were there last night that before I could get my 2 cents in said, oh, it's just like for-profit accounting. No big deal. Just copy what you had done before and you just put everything in there. It's a little nonprofit. It's not going to matter. And I was like, what?
Do they have any grants?
No.
It's your little sweetie.
Yes, Abby just got home from school. Apparently, there's an emergency conversation that needs to happen, so I'll be right back.
Okay. Probably involves snacks.
Did you guys see the thing that's flying around the internet about the poor guy on the BBC who's on camera in his home office and the kids come in?
No.
Oh my God, it's hysterical. And I don't know if it's his wife or a nanny, but you know how Kramer would come into the room and slide? She came flying in the room because one of the kids is in one of those little round thing with the wheels.
You'll have to put
She's like trying
the
to
link
grab
in.
the kids, and he's trying to keep a straight face. Oh my
The
God.
baby was on a walker. It was,
Yeah.
that was great.
The first kid comes in with a bright yellow shirt on with these sunglasses, and he's dancing.
You have
so
to
the
put a
father's
link
like,
in.
oh. But then when the baby came in, oh my God. But then when that woman came
Sliding.
sliding
You just
in,
see
and
Kramer.
papers are going everywhere. Oh my God. That's funny. I gotta get my composure again.
Okay.
Put a link in for us.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I saw what you're talking about, Sarah. It's hysterical. I love the mom's crawling around like she thinks no one can see her. Like dragging shit down the room.
She's trying to drag him out.
That is funny. That is funny.
Oh, okay, here.
The toddler on the walker came in like a bullet, boy. That was cute.
I have to watch that. I saw it.
Somebody find a link and put it in the chat.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I want to see this. What I saw, which I thought was neat.
If you're in Facebook, just go to trending and there's 1,000.
Here, I got it right here.
They're everywhere.
There we go.
Thank you.
It's in the chat. I seriously, honestly, just had someone from another chat post that video just now. I was like, there we go. Here's the link.
That works. Ask and you'll receive.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
No, that was
Wayne,
apparently-
hey, Misha.
Yeah.
Hello,
So-
hello,
Okay,
hello.
crisis averted.
Nonprofit and what you're recommending.
Right, and I'd spent multiple. I want to give back and pay it forward because there's a lot of people who have helped me out, but I've spent probably an inordinately long amount of time with this particular woman trying to help her understand how the way that their books are set up is just not right. And it really, slowly we should probably work on having this completely redone.
There is somebody with
Somebody's
background
watching the
noise.
video.
Somebody's watching the video.
Put yourself on mute if you're watching the video.
Sarah.
Okay, it was Wayne.
So anyway, yeah. So I'm sitting there and I can't believe what I'm hearing. And what it is it's a 501c3 and they're like going to start another one. So she's, trying to figure out how to go about starting this other one. And the board likes things a certain way because they've always had it done a certain way. So she's just jumping in and trying to just basically do
Everybody
everything.
happy? This little gal with no experience is trying to make everybody happy in a nonprofit.
Yeah, exactly. And so and they know she doesn't have a ton of experience because they hired her straight out of college, and so they think they know. And she doesn't have the courage built up yet to know that what she knows is right, and she needs to approach them about it. But, so we're trying to help her, and then finally one of the gals just goes, this is just silly. Just copy what you're doing in the other 501c3 to the new one. And I was like, what? And then everyone's like, yeah, just copy it. There's like 5 or 6 people that are like, this really not, everyone's making this way too complicated. This is just, I'm like, nonprofit accounting is complicated. It's not just a walk in the park.
Right.
Wait till one treasurer tells her that she has to put, I can't believe this one, has to put the leftover income surplus from the prior year in the budget as revenue for the new year.
Oh yeah. Oh, what we were dealing with is that there's a line item on their operational budget for all these fixed assets they want to buy next year.
Yeah. Now I let them do that. I let them do that so they can budget it as long as I have a contra account underneath
Okay,
it that
right.
says
But here's
reclass
the
the
problem.
balance sheet. Huh?
Sarah, here's the problem. So they do this in Excel, and that's fine. I do that with some of my other nonprofits too.
Yeah.
But what they want is for her to recreate this budget in QuickBooks
Okay.
exactly the way it is. And I'm telling her,
Print it
QuickBooks
from QuickBooks and make the budget match
a
QuickBooks.
fixed asset line item on an operational budget. It's just not going to do it because it's not appropriate. It's not correct.
I do it. No, I do it.
Oh, you can't?
Yeah,
How?
I do it because if they want to budget the cash to
Yeah.
buy computers or whatever, as long as I have fixed assets and then the purchases minus reclass so it nets to zero, it doesn't hurt the P&L at all. That just lets them check their budget.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, I just had never run across that before, and they had all these crazy line items, and then they were just, finally she just said, well, the board just said, well, we don't really care how you set it up, just make sure that the bottom line number matches. Like, that's really
like
big.
Michael. Yeah, see, the bottom line won't match if you do it properly. Yeah.
Right, exactly, and that's what.
Well, it's the same thing with moving $10,000 into savings every year.
Yeah, I
Don't
said,
budget that too.
but, all of these things that really shouldn't be on this budget, or QuickBooks isn't going to allow you to do it the proper way. You're going to be off by that amount at the end of the day. So you can either put a bunch of money in miscellaneous expenses to force it to match, or you have to go back and talk to them and explain to them how QuickBooks works, because how accounting works.
Explain how to read a financial.
Right.
Well, Sarah rescued me, what was it, 2-3 months ago? Because I have this guy, and if the numbers don't come out right, he just makes up a number and he sticks it somewhere. And I said, and he says, well, just make QuickBooks match. And I said, the problem is when you stick a number somewhere, it's like a teeter-totter or a seesaw. The balance. So if you put it here, you got to put it somewhere else too, the other way, so they balance. And Sarah did it for me, thank God.
Yeah, it didn't occur to me to do that with the fixed assets, but I was like,
well, here's the thing with nonprofits. First, you always have people that have no clue about accounting. So right off the bat, you're at a disadvantage. Then you do your books to please them, to please the tax accountant, or please the auditor. So if they're teeny weensy and they don't file a 990, then like churches that don't have 990s or whatever, they sort of get a pass. And then the next level is everybody's gonna have a 990. So I'll design it to match the 990. Some are even big enough to have audits, and there are 990 and audit differences. So then I have to decide where my book's gonna be. Are they gonna match the audit? Or are they gonna match the tax return? It's not gonna match the audit. But I'll have any accounts that need to be broken out for the tax return, And then the management sort of gets down on the priority list of who you keep happy. So then you can take that chart of accounts and say, okay, now that I know my audit's happy and my tax accountant can get what they need, what is it that they really just have to have? And sometimes I can do that with class codes, extra class codes or customers or whatever, special reports. But and then the other thing is they'll get it confused with rules that pertain to the donors themselves.
mm-hmm.
Right.
Like the donor has what's an example? A donor gets a contribution based on the date of their cash outlay, okay, or in the year that they make the donation. But on my books, I have to book it on the day of the promise accrual. So so you have to know all these, it's basic accounting with payroll and things like that. But unless you study the 990s chart of accounts and know the little quirky things with nonprofits, you can really get there.
Yes.
But that's good. That's good. But at least she has you.
Oh, but let me tell you, she wants to argue every point. It's like, well, yeah, but, well, yeah, but.
Yeah,
I'm
but.
like, no buts. It is what it is.
Christy, you need to honey badger her. Seriously.
I am. I did.
You have to wish Yvette a happy birthday. It's her birthday.
Happy birthday!
Oh, that's right. You just have your birthday.
Oh, she's muted.
You're muted, Yvette.
Happy birthday, Yvette.
Boy, wasn't it 2 days ago, the 7th?
Yeah, it was that's what I thought I said that. But yeah, it was 2 days ago. And thank you very much.
So what'd you do? What big celebration did you
I
have?
didn't do, this is the first year that everybody was asking. Every year my friends get together and they plan something for me and we do something crazy. This year I told everybody I don't want to do anything. I just want to do nothing. Because every day of my days, every day of the week, I'm on a schedule. No matter if it's Saturday or Sunday. I just wanted to just do nothing.
A day with no schedule.
So one of my friends, she's a hairdresser, and so I went over her house. She fixed my hair. Then, I wanted to have lunch with my mom, so I took her out to lunch. We had a very nice time, and I woke up in the morning to my daughter. She gave me her gifts and a beautiful, lovely card. An angel. And then my parents, they, came over. I mean, they came into the house and they sang happy birthday to me. It's a Spanish tradition. They sing Las Mañanitas. And it's a tradition. My mom has always done it for us every year with me and Julia. And I do the same for her. Julia serenades for her on her birthday on the violin.
Oh, nice.
Just, little things like that I just want to be with my family a lot.
Yes.
And just cherish every moment because my mom's getting older and old, and yeah. And then and then when I went to pick up Julia at my friend Terry's from homeschool, my friend Terry, we usually go out for a big tea on my birthday with all my girlfriends and their daughters. So I said, I don't want any of that. Just, so when I got there, she had a little tea. Because I'm also trying to lose weight. So I'm trying not to go out to eat that much and stuff like that. So she baked these little muffins that were organic, that are healthy. And she had a little tea with organic tea in her best china with me and her daughter and my daughter.
Oh, that is so awesome.
Lovely. It's very pleasant. I'm very blessed. A lot of people, I have a lot of love around me no matter what. God is good. So.
Nice.
And I love all the birthday wishes that you all gave me. I'm not gonna lie, that was part of what made my day.
Oh, good.
Nice.
That people wrote in and some private messengered me. I couldn't believe how many people reached out to me on my birthday. I was like shocked. It was beautiful. God is good. That's all I got to say. And I have wonderful people around me. And if I'm any kind of person or have any successes, also because of all of you. I'm not kidding. You guys have shared so much with me and constantly all the time. Never, if I have a question for any of you, you guys are always so nice to help me out or whatever. And I so appreciate it. You guys are so awesome. I love all of you. Seriously.
Right back at you, girlfriend.
Love you too. How did Joanne multiply herself?
Pardon me?
Joanne has cloned herself. There's 2 of her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm downstairs cooking.
And Joanne, you look great. I saw your picture and I saw you. You could really tell you're losing weight. You're an inspiration to me. You're part of the reason I started about 2 weeks ago to get serious about losing weight.
Yeah,
cut out the sugars.
Yep. A lot of things. Not just the sugar.
Sugar and
all the midnight snacks,
What is it, Joanne? Animal dairy and no animal dairy.
No cow dairy.
No dairy. I'll starve to death.
No,
everybody has to find their own. I'm on gluten-free, dairy-free, no corn or potatoes, and I lost 20 pounds. And I'm
trying to do the no.
Wow, I wouldn't be eating if I were you.
No, look at her. Look at Joanne.
But
Joanne looks great.
I know, look at that face.
Come on, Joanne, let me see again.
Guys, she looks awesome. Look at her.
here.
Look at that. Woo-hoo.
Nice.
And Brandon's
you find a lot of better things. You find better things to eat when you don't eat the cheese and the shit. And sorry.
Well, you really do. It's like you just shift.
Yeah.
I eat a lot more nuts like pistachios and cashews.
Oh, those are great.
Instead of candy bars.
Cashews. I bought a thing of cashews a couple weeks ago, and they didn't make them at home.
I buy mine at Costco.
And then I looked at the calories. It was like there's probably 1,200 calories in that can.
I wish I could cook for you my secret recipe, which is my chicken and broccoli Alfredo, and it's made with cashews instead of cow dairy.
Sounds wonderful.
And it is to die for.
I'll bet.
Yeah, you look so different.
You know, if we go to a conference and one of us is renting a place where we have a kitchen, we'll have to have a little potluck or something.
There we go. See, I'm cooking my broccoli right now, steaming it up.
So it's not a fish night for you anymore.
No, we don't do fish. Well, if I do fish, I usually cook it myself. But tonight I'm making a whole chicken inside of my pressure cooker.
Good.
I feel like I'm watching Food Network right now.
Yeah. I'm trying to eat like a pound of vegetables a day.
Wow, that's great.
One of my friends lost weight that way, and I've been doing that, and it fills me up a lot. You know, like I have at least 75% of my meal is vegetables. I pile those on.
Perfect.
Yeah. Like Costco, you can get peppers for like $7, like 6 peppers. You know, the orange.
I love
bell
peppers.
She's got me hooked. Now she's got me hooked on wild caught haddock and grass-fed. I eat beef, but my mom is allergic, so I only buy chicken and fish because that's really all she can handle. And so now she's got me on wild caught haddock, and I gave it to my mom, and she's like, "Oh my God, this tastes so good!" So now that's all. She's like, "I want the haddock. I love the haddock." So
yeah, that's all she wants.
Yeah. So
Nice.
it's been really good. And every time I go out now and I'm in the supermarket, I literally hear Joanne in my ear talking about, that has too much this, it has too much sugar, it has this, put that back, that's not good for you.
There are better options. Step away from the chocolate, Misha. Step away from the
Exactly.
chocolate.
So now I walk in this, I was in the store the other day and I'm walking around and I actually went to pick up the thing. I picked it up and I looked at it and I'm like, I hear Joanne like rattling around in my head talking about, is that healthy? No, it's not. Put it down.
We've been doing the broccoli tots, and now they actually have a lot of carbs in them.
No, I just like my broccoli.
Broccoli tots or cauliflower tots.
No, I just eat my broccoli steamed.
Yeah.
I have made cauliflower crust for pizza, but I like my broccoli steamed.
Yeah.
Not
I've been eating a lot of cauliflower. You could eat I love cauliflower. I never used to eat it, but that's one of the vegetables I picked up now, you know, and you could steam it. You could do a lot of things.
Throw it in the food processor and rice it up. Eat it like rice, yeah.
And if you go to Whole Foods, they sell little tiny bits of it. It almost looks like shredded cheese, not shredded cheese, but cut up cheese. And I just put it on my salads all the time, you know?
Nice.
I didn't think about eating it raw. I was using it to cook.
I eat a lot of raw vegetables. I love raw vegetables.
Take your cauliflower and put it in the oven, roast it, and then put tahini on it. It is so good.
I roast a lot of vegetables. My family's favorite is Brussels sprouts, actually. My kids love them.
I'm doing those
today. Some olive oil and salt and pepper and garlic powder, and then roast
You
those
do almonds and
you could roast it and put like turkey bacon in it. It's so good.
You guys should check out her YouTube channel. She has a lot of the recipes and stuff on there too.
Who, Joanne?
Yep.
Ooh.
She does the videos and all the recipes. Cool. I know she has the crust for the haddock on there, and I know she did one video with the cauliflower pizza crust. Yeah. So she's done she does. I watch those all the time, and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta do that.
Well, now that I'm starving. Thanks a lot, friends.
Brandon, are you with us?
Bye, Christy. Have a good weekend.
Bye, Christy.
Yes, I am here. I'm actually at the grocery store. Y'all are talking about food.
Brandon, let me help you shop, Brandon.
I thought the cops let you in, but they still won't let you in to get your groceries?
No. We went to a different one.
Hello.
Hey, who is that? Carly Marley?
Yep, Carly, Marley, and the whole gang is here.
So do you just walk around and hold that thing in front of your face? The phone.
He's walking instead of driving
all the time. He'll never see those people.
I'm just here. You know, I'm not really engaged in anything. I've been paying attention to y'all.
He's right.
Did you find out what happened at Walmart?
Crazy, aren't we?
What happened at Walmart? Bomb threat?
Yes, bomb threat.
It was a bomb threat.
It was at the other, yeah.
Oh, that's right. She had to evacuate it. That's right.
Yep. She had her basket full. She was ready. She was done. And had to park the basket and
So close.
leave.
Wow, that means you got to go and do your shopping all over again. Oh, that's ugly.
Well, thank you for helping her get the groceries again. God, that's a.
Yeah, I helped. I showed up. No, I did. I was working from Starbucks when she was over there.
Sometimes that's all it needs, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Helping out with the kids, rounding them up.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Sarah.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Sarah.
Be nice
Hi,
to your
Sarah.
mama.
So I do have a dumb thing to talk about.
Yeah.
When I was downloading my QBO database to QBD,
Yeah.
Yes.
in QBO, I was checking out, they have icons in the upper right now, the new QBO. The profile icon looks like a Cyclops frowny face.
Looks like a what?
Cyclops frowny face.
When
You're
you're
on QBO, open it
Oh.
up and look at the icon for your profile.
I was just in there last night.
Really? Okay, hold on.
Go in there.
Oh, I got a question on QBO.
Go ahead.
Okay, so last night I was looking around my Pro Advisor profile and updating that and stuff, and underneath the, like, I think it was like activity or something like that, it said you have, mine was like 3 or 4 leads. And I was like, where do I find these leads? Because I never got an email. And so when I go on chat to find out, I looked everywhere, could not find them.
Oh, I've got 4.
Yeah, so so when you go there and you click on it, nothing happens. So I go into chat and I ask for help,
Yeah.
and the chat options are QuickBooks Online or Pro Advisor and Desktop. Okay, so I click the Pro Advisor Desktop because I figured that's my question is on my Pro Advisor account.
Right.
Well, I get a guy who's a desktop person who has no clue what I'm talking about. And I spent literally a half an hour explaining to him where I'm seeing these leads. And he's like, well, if you do mainly desktop, your leads are going to come into desktop. And I'm like, how are they? So he was showing me this thing underneath customer and leads. I don't know. Anyways, he's like, I got to be honest with you. You're going to have to call back when the QBO people are open. I still haven't done that, so I just wanted to throw that out there. I didn't know if any of you guys had the answer.
I'm looking now.
Mine has 4.
I have 3 leads and inquiries, it says.
Right. So how do you find out who they are? Do you remember getting an email?
I did get 2 emails recently.
See, I never got any emails.
Wait a minute. If you go to your Pro Advisor profile,
Yeah.
Yeah, and go in there, and then it says performance, last 30 days. It'll
Right.
say 12 profile views, 3 leads, 10 social links, whatever.
Is that what you
Right.
mean by Cyclops? Is because it just looks like one little
Looks like an eye and a frowny face.
an eye and a frowny face. Oh, see, now I'll never look at it the same.
It looks like a Cyclops frowny face.
Now it looks like a Cyclops frown.
It'd be
Oh
nice
my
if we
gosh.
could upload our photo there. So our photo would be there.
Yeah, wouldn't that would
That's
just
fine.
make too much
I'm
sense.
glad that, though, I think on the whole, this looks a little bit better than what we used to have.
Oh, yeah.
They're
You know what I
working
didn't see in the Pro Advisor, the new Pro Advisor? We used to be able to go to the Pro Advisor site and find out what software that you have that came with your Pro Advisor package. And I would always have like the licenses and everything. You can't find that anymore.
No, you have
No,
to
it's
go to
Wait a minute, where did that go? That was on, I know, so where do we get our,
camp.
what about our downloads?
Go to camp.
Camp.
We have to go to camp now?
Mm-hmm.
But where are your licenses?
Camp.
They're there. Your
Yeah.
licenses
Your
is always the
licenses in
same
camp.
app. Your
Camp,
license
what's
for the
camp?
last 3 years has been the same.
It's like intuit.camp.com or something like that.
Camps.intuit.com or camps.
Yeah, camp. There. Sorry.
It's all there. If you call in on the phone, they'll send you to it.
You can download the newest version, like the most recent version, right on your profile, on your Pro Advisor thing. But any prior year ones, you have to go into camp to get them.
Yeah. And let me tell you, just a side note with that camp, that really helped me out with a client where he totally bought a new computer and just didn't do anything with keeping his license or anything. So we basically he knew his email, so he went to camp and we did a password reset.
Yeah.
And went into camp and got all of his licensing information on his download, and he was good to go.
Is it like CAMP camp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't believe I actually.
With an S, camps.intuit.com.
The other thing is, Chrome just did an update too.
My Chrome is hosed.
Those.
I don't know anybody's that isn't.
I finally, last week, I just gave up. If I sign out of Google, it frees up all kinds of stuff and starts moving. But
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
doing
There's
that
a bunch of stuff
myself.
going on in the background. I don't know why.
now I'm having printing issues trying to get these property tax returns to print.
Okay.
I reboot and it works
Put
for
the
a while.
link for the camps.
So I didn't get any sleep last night because right in the middle of a movie, the internet went out.
Oh,
So I'm like, and I knew the gals wanted to dial in from home and work today. And I just, all night long, I could not sleep. I don't have an internet. And so we called Comcast last night and we're like, you have to come fix this. And they're like, Monday. I'm like, no. All right, Saturday. No. So anyway, I think just shut me up. They agreed to this morning. Well, Mark got up and he said, I'm going to go walk the property because chances are one of these widowmaker limbs is hanging on the tree somewhere after the hurricane is, fallen. And he came back in. He said, there weren't any limbs down. He said, but he says, I don't know why I didn't do this last night, but he unplugged the cable and put it directly into the router. There it went. So he's like, the brand new switch is gone. Splitter is dead.
wow.
And he gets ready for work and everything, and he comes back in and he goes, I figured it out. We have a power strip that plugs in the phone system and the firewall and some other and the router. And I guess it died. And
Or it took a surge.
it took a surge. Yeah. And so yeah, because it was pretty old. So there's like, it's like, is it plugged in? I'm
looking
tired.
for performance at the Pro Advisor site.
Do what?
Where you saw the leads?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Right on the main page. Yeah, right under performance. This is
Where
profile
is
views.
performance?
Yeah, performance on the last 30 days.
I don't see performance on the last 30 days.
Do you see the word performance?
No.
Okay, go see where it says go to clients QuickBooks on the green bar.
I have clients, team, and Pro Advisor.
No, but go up to the green bar.
Okay.
See where it says next to the hamburger thing that says go to clients QuickBooks?
Yep.
Okay, right underneath there it says performance last 30 days.
Right above your picture.
Am I up high enough? I don't even see my
No,
picture.
it's right. It's in the gray above your picture.
Okay, so my picture isn't even showing.
Okay, what screen are you? Are you on your My
I'm
Practice?
in the QBO,
Yeah.
and I've gone to Pro Advisor.
To the Cyclops.
To,
Does it,
And
show
then what do
you,
you say?
does it also show you a
okay, I
profile
wasn't
screen?
at the Cyclops. Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah, I have a lead too. Oh my gosh. And you
I
just
got a
can't get that.
POS phone call, and I'm like, I don't do POS. And they said, well, I was on the internet. I said, well, I'll sell it to you. It's got great commission on POS. Above that, I don't know.
Well, it's pretty, it's not easy to download from QBO to desktop any longer.
It used to be.
Yeah.
Well, you have to actually go in and change your security settings on your computer in order to do it. Well, in Internet Explorer, yes.
Oh, if you're in Internet Explorer. I just did, a couple months ago, I did about 3 or 4 of them, and I had no problem.
Well, I've done them in the past with no problem also.
Yeah.
But this one that I just did, I mean, the instructions were you absolutely have to go into security and you have to change these settings. It tells you exactly where to go and what to do. And you have to use Internet Explorer, which if you're on Windows 10, you don't have Internet Explorer. You have that Edge.
Yeah, I have some, yeah, I don't know. And did you go through that, the utility thing where it says,
You still have to pretend that you're leaving QBO if you want a copy.
okay, did you go into File and then Restore Backup for earlier QuickBooks? I mean, what is it for the QBO one?
No, I actually went to the gear and went to export data.
That might be different. I don't know.
That's
But I believe that's what I used before.
Yeah.
But the fact that you need to use Internet Explorer, and that is not the latest.
No,
in
that
Microsoft.
just shows where their technology is.
Ah,
Yeah, I think the way I did, I went through either company file for QuickBooks Online.
oh, okay. So maybe they've improved it.
So go to, like, if you're in QuickBooks Desktop, you go to File, then you go to Utilities, and then copy company file for QuickBooks Online.
The other way around.
The
It was
other way.
from online
She's
to
doing
desktop.
online.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't something I wanted to do, but I wasn't going to fight with the other accountant.
Then I haven't done that. Sorry, I misunderstood you. I
Got it.
just, yeah, no.
You absolutely need
Got a
Internet
new
Explorer to do
restaurant,
it.
Yvette.
Oh, I see. Export data.
Yep.
Hey, Gina.
Yes.
So I got a phone call the other day. Joey called from.
Can you speak up a little bit? It's hard to hear you.
Hold on.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I mean,
Can you
QBO,
hear
that's
me
will
now?
work.
Okay, better. Yes.
Better.
Okay.
So you got a phone call.
I got a phone call from Joey at Intuit. I mean, at QuickBooks.
Yeah.
And Joey wanted to sell me 5 QuickBooks accounts. He's like, this is an awesome thing. I'm like, yeah, I'm an IRP. He goes, but it's 5 QuickBooks. I'm like, you do know what an IRP is, right? He's like, oh, let me look that up.
Let me look that up.
I said, but why would I want to take advantage of 5 for 25? Like, do I get a bounty on that? He's like, no.
No, but let me tell you.
$5 an account's cheap.
Yeah, and I love it. I have 5 of those.
Here's the thing. I don't mind. It sounds like it's really good, but if I have to shell out all that money up front and then I gotta wait 3 quarters before I get my refund, that is not a good deal for me.
It depends if you're paying for.
You've got the cash flow
for your client.
Yeah, you gotta pay. You gotta pay for that up front and wait for them to refund you the money.
Right.
That's right. She's right.
This honey badger ain't got time for that.
That's right.
And even as an IRP, you do get to do that in your wholesale. That I was asking Brandon also because I got the same thing. Mine came in by email. That means that your account's managed, and that is your manager. Jilly is your manager.
Well, Joey was he's like, oh, let me look up what the IRP pricing is. He's like, well, the IRP pricing isn't. I'm like, but
no, it doesn't have any special pricing.
I know, but I'm like, yeah, but I also get a bounty on that.
See, this is what I brought up one time. I think that 5 for 25 should be part of IRP. They should bring that into IRP. They should not be going against IRP.
I agree.
They're selling into its
The
product.
reason I think that they're doing that is they want the pro advisors to be the one responsible for the subscriptions and not the client.
Right.
Way the
But
pro
they can still do that
in-house
for
clients.
IRP. Why can't they still do that for IRP and we still be responsible? I mean,
But it's not designed to sell. It's designed for us to use in our own firm.
Got it.
It's for our own
They're
in-house
trying to
bookkeeping
twist your
client.
arm to do online.
Yeah.
because you can make money off that. I mean, I do. I make money off that, really good money.
Yeah, if you're selling it
bunch of
outright, you wouldn't use a 5 for 5 for that. You would use your IRP.
Well, on the 5 for 5, you figure, okay, well, you
They wouldn't give much commission on a 5 for 5, would
but
they?
you're getting paid back all that money every quarter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's only $5 an account. So if it's $5 a month per account, the commission on that would be.
I get every quarter $225.
Right, but here's the thing: you're not getting that money. That's your money they've been holding for a quarter.
Yeah, I know, but
and making a profit, and
they're charging me $100 every month.
Right.
So it's 3. Yeah.
That's what I get charged.
You're paying $300. They're giving you $225. It's cost you $75 for a quarter. Yeah.
Right, but my clients are paying me $25 for each one of those accounts.
That's a lot better than the IRP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put it into their billing. They pay me $25.
It depends on what it is what you do with your clients. If you have clients that you're doing the work and you're including the subscription for QuickBooks pricing in, that's a great fit. But if your model is you want the client to pay for everything, then IRP is a good fit.
Right.
And they're still, even them paying $25 to me is still cheaper than them getting it directly from Intuit.
Yes. Yes.
So they get a deal.
But the difference is you're responsible for it instead of the client.
Mm-hmm. That's about it. It still just depends how you want to run it.
Depends on what your model is. Depends on what you're doing and how you want to handle it.
I mean, I have some clients that are part of the, I have them set up through the IRP. And then when I got these 5, I just used them.
Now, can you get more than 5?
They say no, but I keep getting offers.
Huh. I thought that 5 was the limit. Yeah.
No, they offered it a second time.
Yeah, they did.
So I wonder if anybody's tried taking them up on it.
Maybe you don't have a mechanism for checking it.
Well, no, because it comes
well,
up.
they do now, probably.
I see it.
Oh, there's Sarah. There she goes. Did you have 10?
Every once in a while, this message will pop up offering it to you.
So,
Misha, you're quiet. You're muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. What happened?
I got into QuickBooks. There's like stuff to do, so I'm like pressing on all the.
We were just finishing out your.
Oh no, I was just. Poor Joey didn't know what I was like. I mean, I said, "Oh, I'm an IRP," figuring that would end the conversation, and he'd be like, "Okay, have a nice day, no problem." But he literally was like, he didn't know. I'm like, "Do you know what an IRP is?" I heard him typing. He looked it up. I swear he looked. Oh, he goes, "Oh yeah, Intuit reseller program." I'm like, okay.
Now we're getting somewhere.
I'm like, okay, Joey.
I am on TV. Leave me alone.
You're on TV?
But no, but after I told him that I was all set with that. Plus, I'm not going to spend money to buy it to have it sit there when I'm not out there actively just having it sit there and going out looking for people. I got my thing. If I come across somebody who needs it, I wrap it into their billing or whatever it is, and I just go through the IRP and I do that. So it's not, I don't need to be spending $100 a month or how much ever it is to have it sit there. And they're like, "Oh yeah, buy them and hold on to them. You can just call it client 1, 2, 3, 4, 5." I'm like,
I still have that 5th one.
Yeah, I'm like, it's okay. I don't need to pad your balance sheet and your profit and loss statement right now. I'm good. I'm all set. But yeah, I was just taken aback that Joey didn't know what IRP was, and he was calling from QuickBooks.
That's pretty funny.
Maybe they were teaching that in the sales process.
So after I said, I basically get a nice sweet bounty every time I do one, he was like, "Oh yeah, well that's a good thing." And then
As
we
he,
left
as
it
he
at that.
sees his commission check sort of disappearing, right?
And I told him, I said, "You have a wonderful day, Joey." And he's like, "Okay, I will."
Oh, I have something, a giggle today. I've been looking at all these videos and demos for the AP automation. It's Mineral Tree uploaded a new video yesterday.
Okay.
So I got a little notification, for YouTube. So I pop on it. And so the first 2.5 minutes, they're having technical. I'm like, I need to call these guys and tell them they need to chop that off, right?
Right.
I'm watching it, but and it's funny that you notice the Cyclop, right? Because I'm used to I don't catch stuff like that. But so I don't know. I guess I was just sort of watching and just looking around at his toolbar on his.
And what did you find?
And his little bookmarks, and it said PLAYBO. Right? So I'm like, why would you have a bookmark for Playboy?
Oh,
and this is like one of the owners and the founders that made the video, right?
wow.
So I was talking to the sales guys today, and I said, "Buddy, you got to pull up that video." And he pulls up, and he goes, "Oh, tell him," I said, "you need to rib him bad," and all that. And finally, he goes, "Playbook. I know it's Playbook." I said, "Well, he may want to abbreviate it or change the because
To something else, right?
nobody on earth is going to notice that. I know that, but he can't wait to rib his boss about it."
That's
you have to
funny.
be careful. All of us that are, will pop up a screen and
Absolutely. Absolutely.
it goes by really quick, but all somebody has to do is hit pause.
Right. Exactly. Well, does anybody have anything else they want to talk about tonight?
No, I need to go eat.
Joanne, can I talk to you after we're done recording? She's eating. Joanne's
eating.
She's not paying attention.
She's gonna hear you eventually.
Okay.
She'll be fine. I'll Marco Polo her and tell her.
Hey, and did you guys get the notice about Jan not going to be leaving ISBU?
Yeah, I saw the email.
I know. I'm very sad. I didn't really want to.
We can talk about that off air.
Yeah, let's talk about that off air. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't.
So let's go off air. We'll
Hold on, guys. One nostalgic thing for you. The train is coming by. I just heard it. Oh, it's not. I just heard the horn. So it's probably either getting ready to kind of make the loud noise.
Good.
I guess maybe it passed.
Okay.
But anyway, you could do your thing.
Okay. We'll see you all next week. Same time, same place. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye everybody.
Bye.